Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Ittle Dew 2. So we're halfway through this map and it was a lava map that they foreshadowed, I suppose is the word to say, they jokingly predicted would turn into an ice map. And it does seem to me like that is exactly where that is going to happen. Interesting that the B button doesn't actually work when you're at this point. But if I go here and then hit the back button and then hit the B button, I guess it still doesn't work. I guess I was just toggling with the back button. Well, that's a little weird, but not super surprising. We now have this chain that feels like you're probably gonna get an increased attack range a couple of times. We're back to this. Well, that's weird. So there was a hint here. How about a hint? No, just ask my sidekick then. I see it now. So there is no other hint. Oops. So we have to go through this part to reach this point. And this guy flies, so can't really do anything with him. And I might as well take him out while I can. I guess maybe my freeze attack has some damage. See, here's the problem now. Like, yes, the dynamite will hurt this guy, but only if you get him behind his shield, which you're not guaranteed to do. And if he knocks you off the edge, then you're going to have a problem. So the best thing I think you can do is something along this line where, but then if you're not paying attention, you die again. Okay, well, let's go through here. We need some health refill. And then we need to knock these guys off the edge. These guys, I don't know if they can really even hurt you. Really? Not significantly in any ways. And let's see, a gold heart refilled all of my health. I've taken a break since I last played, so I'm a little rusty too. I would say that is kind of a consistent issue though with this game, is that you just kind of never are like warmed up anywhere as much as you would like it to be. Yeah, and it's, I guess, is just easier to take him out that way than it is to try and fight through things. Alright, so let's run back down this direction and then see if we can get this guy killed. We have to kind of wait till he dodges and kind of get stuck in the wall. Although he doesn't really get stuck in the wall, which there's really no reason why you wouldn't just program him to do something like that, or his sword gets stuck in any surface that has collision and that there's just a secondary animation. Man, I just don't get this. I really don't. I don't see the value in making a making a game that just loves the idea of you falling to your death and having to reset a room. It's just bad game design. I can't say anything else but bad game design. It just doesn't feel like this is even a matter of opinion. It just seems so obvious. And here we have a computer system. May the forest consume the wizards who abandoned the royal family to find eternal life. And I can do that, but what was the real puzzle solution? It probably had something to do with the other items. I imagine that would be the case. Is that there's little tricks, I imagine, all over the place around stuff like this. Okay. Do we have enough to solve the puzzle? Yes, we do. And you would have had to have the ice wand. I don't think there's any way you wouldn't have been able to accomplish this any other way. So yeah, if I push this way, then it would hit the wall and do nothing. If I push this way, it hits that wall. I could then break this, push this down this way, do this, push this up that way, and then push it over that, and it would have activated that. This is something. I'm not sure exactly what. It's another door, and I guess we will just go in circles. This is one of those sections where if you get hit, you will die. You've got to line up a good roll, I think. Unless the shiny shiny stars were saying he's following me. Well, he'll fall to his own death, I guess. I do see some sparkling things that might be invisible platforms, but it would be weird for the game to introduce one type of invisible platform and then not another. Right. We'll go this way and then this way. And see, either you're going to have a roll or you're going to... Let's see. Yeah, that's just straight to your death. It does look like you go here and then you go here. And then if you just had even the slightest control of the controller, I really feel like the sensitivity is set just way too high on the control stick for this game, and that definitely isn't a problem with most games that have controller support. Alright, well, back up this way we go. Let's go see what's behind this door. You have a giant monster, and I guess these are giant turnip creatures. They did mention that we were fighting giant turnips at some point. I guess these do look like giant turnips. An odd kind of underused Coliseum room. I wouldn't have minded though if there was a room like this in every dungeon, That would have made some sense and been helpful. So if we have reach, you can just kind of do this, and then you can break that and do that, and then break that and do that, and I could have stood on that. And I guess maybe you could have solved this whole puzzle with a fire stick. Yeah, because you could have gotten your stick on fire and then probably hit this with just the chain ability. And oddly, we're just gonna miss something, so we'll come back and get it later. Let's just take on odd voice acting, considering how there's a considerable lack of voice acting where it would be helpful. It would have been rather nice had they just had even a mediocre voice actor, even an employee of the company, just voice all these characters. Alright, sister, no more horsing around. This time, you and your floating ferret won't be leaving alive. Whoa, it's just me. Or does she seem a lot more serious this time? Man, there's something about this font that I've just not been able to read the words straight. Hey, don't think for a second that this is about anything other than the money. It's just that this job was kind of a drag before you showed up. Was a dungeon boss without an adventurers to battle. Oh look, she does take this seriously after all. Totally. Hey, if you like punching people with a big robot, you should just let it out. Since no one's watching, prepare for atomization. Big Jenny gun, maximum power. That's more like it. Now let's fight. I'll just stay over here where it's sane. So, what we'll want to find out is this does how much damage. And how much rolling and attacking can we do? Let's see. If we just go and attack when they're slowed down like that, we should be fairly fine. Yeah, we are in a weird position where it doesn't feel like a lot of these attacks are easily countable. And see, we have taken a decent amount of damage. I'm about to die, but I still was able to manage it with 1 1/4 hearts left. Yeah, odd voice acting there when there's a lot of lacking voice acting everywhere else. But when there is voice acting, it's not particularly great. Alright, so now, since we knew we missed something, we'll use the teleporter to get to this point. Once we're out of this area, once we've collected whatever is over here, then I really wish the D-pad would work in situations like this. Yeah, once we get this, we can just fast travel and warp out of this area. And sees you can't be too precious with it. And that is really risking it where I'm standing. And in this case, I think I probably should have just rolled. If there was anything shiny, I could bounce myself back. But there isn't anything shiny. Well, what about this? Is this a too wide gap? Yeah. Is there a place where I could put a crystal, do this twice, shoot myself off the edge? I don't think that's the intended path. It might be some weird speedrunner shortcut, but it's not gonna really work for most people. In a game where you have a lot of places like this, where you can just fall to your death, which honestly, the real solution to that is just not have game where you can fall to your death so easily. It would be nice if it just automatically invented or added extra platforms. If it sees you fell in a place, put a temporary floating platform or put something there to help you through that section. Alright, well, that opens that door. Got a box of crowns. And yeah, sure, it's real easy to not fall to your death when nothing is trying to kill you. Alright, well, let's warp back to the beginning so we can escape. Where are we with the map now? Let's see, there's still a couple of places, by far, oddly, that we are missing abilities, we are missing some solution to some puzzle. So I don't know if it really is worth our effort to go down to the far lower right section here. I don't know if I can even reach it. Let's see. Ah, so there was a secret there? So we rotate this way, put that way. That jumped me. Well, that broke that section. Wonder if there's just some trick here. Yeah. Super easy trick, actually. Just hit the switch multiple times. Roll into that. We've got the art gallery now. And again, feels like some of these things may literally just be the last pickups. And that's why you're getting them instead of... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Instead of them specifically being in that cave, it may be that we've just gotten so many spare skeleton keys and so many heart upgrades and so many other things. Let's see. Down this direction. Is this a tunnel? I suppose it might be a case that once we get the raft, we can go on the water. That might be the case. It'd be kind of crazy. But that's, I guess, where we are at now. Do I want to teleport and go take on a super strong dungeon? Or do I want to just move forward? I think this probably is the quickest way. Just running through this incredibly large area. Interesting. This one seems to fire a little prematurely. And it does seem like you have to be fairly on board with it. Doesn't seem like you can miss by much. Finally. One more lockpick. 7. We could have had 8 or 9, I think, at this point. Because I did use 1. Then I'm not sure if there's a way to get higher. I may have to go lower to get higher. Yeah, so that really wasn't as useful of a shortcut, but it did find something that I had missed, and wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of this. Now, remember when we first came in here, they said we were going to be guarded to death and threatened. Let's see. Oh, you're here. You're here to see my boss? Do you want to get a job here too? Are these different characters? I thought they were all the same character in just different places. So that's like a shortcut. And then we've got trees. We haven't been to any of this stuff, but I really don't understand the idea of the game threatening us with these new types of enemies. Red, green, blue. I cut all the lines in that order. Hee hee hee. Which, yeah, getting knocked off after that point doesn't matter. Like, sure, that's fairly strong, an enemy, but I don't get the dialogue point. You'll not uncover the treasures of this place until you have patiently become one with the blue spirits. So, interesting. None of the other enemies have fought me. I don't think I'm doing any damage to him at all. So I can slow it down, but that's it. Interesting. So we'll have to just chalk that one up to being weird. And there's clearly some secret paths all over the place. And I'm clearly gonna just move and avoid some of this stuff. Seems when you get in it, it blows fairly hard. Okay, where are we now? In a different area. And we have some vine creatures. And some golfing. Interesting. Why do we have a glowing rock? Is this rock roll? No. So I have a green rock. That I've now pushed into a corner, and I thought that might do something. It did do something. Interesting. So that seems like that will just be a new thing for us. Ooh, this is gonna suck because there's just a lot of opportunity for failure. We need to effectively do that without falling to our death because we can't stand on the spikes long enough. Just feels monotonous. So much of this game just feels monotonous. And at a certain point it does start to feel like, is this me? Am I the problem, or is this really a case of the game itself just being a pain? We've got a scroll, portal scroll. A portal world has been revealed in the overworld. Well, that's something different. At this point I could just fall to my death and it would be fine, but let's just try to do it legitimately. Portal things, I guess, are the green X's. And yeah, it does definitely feel like feels like there are a level of things that we'll be afraid to try and do because the gardening ginnies are gonna wander around and be too much of a threat. Like, for instance, if I'm supposed to stand in a piece of grass here, that not only would be a waste of time, it would be still dangerous. And that's really the only value of these smaller, weaker enemies at this point, is that they are just here for cannon fodder. Alright, let's see what's over to the left. Left is a transitional area. So we'll come back to that. See what's over to the right. Welcome, stranger. My friend was struck mad recently. Now he babbles about the library gardens. Zigzag along outside of the smiling squares. Head southwest, become one, kapow. Okay. Let's see. There is this whole secondary section to the right. I'm not sure how we get there. How would we get to the right? There must be some kind of underground cave that's further to the left of this direction. So when I hit that the first time, I killed it in a one-hit kill. So there's a level of inconsistency. What I want to do is just run down after the first one and then roll through the other two. You should be fine. There's just a lot of stuff we've done on this map already. I guess they had to reuse those candy cane 3D models, which makes sense because they were more 3D and frankly more programmed than everything else we had seen up until this point. Let's see. Alright, well I can't roll into that one, so I think I'm supposed to do that to get in here. Ice does not cool lava, unfortunately. So this is just going to be another one of these sequences where we're going to have to get our bearings fairly straight and fairly quickly so that we can roll. But these wind blowers also seem to be a pain. Another portal scroll revealed. Yeah, this is no coincidence. We have tapped out every collectible otherwise in the game. We've gotten everything. It has to be that that's the case. Nothing else makes even the slightest bit of sense. Which does mean that there is no real speedrun strat if you wanted to run through this whole section, because the real speedrun strat would be to... This is an odd layout for a path. The real speedrun strats would be something different. You would be able to go to specific caves to get specific things that would be helpful instead of potentially having to get them all to get all the hints. It also still opens up this possibility where if you stopped at like 90%, you wouldn't be able to find everything. You have to play the game to 100% really, just to be certain that you have everything. Unless there's some kind of achievement or something that tells you when you've collected everything. Which, if there is, I don't know about it. Down this way we go. I couldn't stand sitting around in that maze in Eastern Lonely Road anymore. I know we're guarding something, but I don't care what. And that's a cave scroll. Far too many of these caves. When you compare this to The Legend of Zelda, there's a few caves, certainly. But the first cave you get into gives you your weapon. The next collection of caves you get are heavy, usually what is this? That was weird, but that opened. The rest of the caves tends to be I think it's supposed to be over there. And you have to run fairly fast. Yeah, you have to roll twice, I guess. And they do appear before you hit those little crystals, so the crystal's not the problem. I imagine you need to hit both the crystal and the chest and the switch to activate the chest. So go, 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 go. I guess that probably explains the delay to the start too, is that they want you to see one cycle first. Man, that doesn't seem particularly doable. I've gone and accidentally hit this guy in the wrong direction. And I may not be able to fix that, so... Is there a second that all three of these platforms are enabled? No. So this does seem like it is just a mad dash. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. That was too early. 1, 2, 3. It does seem like it just wants to stop you, as if there's an invisible barrier there. But that would really be your only solution. Because hitting the other cube, the chest would be in the way. Finally! Another portal scroll. Nearly died. Hey, let's just go ahead and die while we're at it. And back to this point, which isn't too much. Right. So we see a couple more dungeons. And we've marked off the large majority of the map. I'm wondering if what happens here is that we get the raft and then all of a sudden you can cross water. If we were to look at the entirety of the map, there's a few places where water would be helpful if you could cross over them, but not a lot of places where water completely breaks the game in any way. And as long as you do that lower right section where the snow is, that's the one place where water was significantly used as a barrier. And you would have had to have done the entire game to have all of the raft. So it doesn't feel like these are doing anything. As far as our items go, yeah, we're still looking for a upgrade to our ice ring before we could, I think, could do any more puzzles. So yeah, we're still looking for items. And these ghosts seem to just kind of fly around. Alright, we've got blue. Let's see. So I guess I'm supposed to just be standing around in this? The red doesn't seem like it wants to change again. And that was just a fallen comment, which we did see a warning that said watch for fallen comments in a very different location. Okay, that was not too much of a challenge. Now we have chains level 2, which, yeah, I thought we would get something like that. Although it is questionable if we'll get a chains level 3. Although we might. We might get protection level 3, we might get chains level 3, we might get a tracker level 3. We might even get a tome level 3. I wouldn't be surprised if you get all the forbidden keys and that's where you get the tome level 3. We haven't really found any secret shards. And it's questionable whether we'll ever get a level 4 on either one of these weapons. I'm not sure, honestly, if I think about it, if it wasn't the case in the first game where you got like a level 3 on the dynamite and the force wand and didn't get a level 3 on the two other options. Okay, well. Lightning striking. Setting this up for a spooky adventure. Says, I see you have 7 raft pieces, so I guess this means that you literally couldn't have gotten through this final boss battle without the other pieces. So very well, you may enter. Thanks, Tube Voice. Alright, Ittle, time to sit back and watch you beat the stuffing out of the final dungeon. Oh, don't bother getting comfortable. This will only take a minute. Getting inside was the easy part. You spectacular barbarians, prepare to meet your doom. Ow, my back. Okay. There's something weird, certainly, still. Like, if we do beat the game, why are there some things that we're still missing? Quite a few things, actually. Like, we are short. Guess we could try some things. Here. Let's see. Slippery Slope, Sweetwater Coast. Actually, that's probably not the right way to do this. Let's come over here and look at this and change an outfit while we're wandering around. So we still never did figure out that. Like, there should be some solution to this that doesn't seem right. If I was to do this, that won't work. So, like, the closest you could do is something like this. That won't work. So yeah, that still doesn't seem like that has a solution to it. And it does feel like there is just a couple other places that are still in line with that. Where I'm still a little confused, and it feels like we are just going to end up getting the end of the game early. See, this is just sweatpants compared to this outfit, which is more of a t-shirt and jeans. This is more of a hoodie and jeans. Yeah, the hairdo is basically the only difference. There's 2 more outfits in this game. I guess we'll go with casual wear. Let's see. Oh, it's a guy now. Little Dude instead of Ittle. Card City Nights is a charming and jazzing card adventure game available on all your favorite digital things and stuff. Magical Fox. Oh wow, that sounds as good as a barrel of potion. There, now let's not speak of this again. Alright, well, it looks to me like we're gonna just have to wander around the map and see if we can do a couple more things and figure out how we reach a couple of places, and probably find out that we can't reach a couple of places, and then end up doing the final dungeon, which isn't going to be the real final dungeon, we know, but it's going to be close enough. It is fairly questionable at this point, though, whether we get any kind of upgrade to the ice ring, which then means there's some solution that I haven't figured out for a lot of things, and either we have enough secret shards or we are just stuck trying to find the last couple of them. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.